my dear students. Welcome back to the class of research. In marketing research, the quantitative research means collecting numerical data, information that can be measured in numbers and analyzed statistically. It helps the researchers find patterns, compare groups, and make easy predictions. For example, a company wants to know how many people prefer Pepsi over Coke. They will collect in numbers like 70% prefer Pepsi and 30% prefer Coke. This is quantitative research. The types of and methods of quantitative research include survey. Now let us discuss what is survey. A survey is the method of collecting data from people by asking them questions. It helps the researchers to understand opinions, preferences, and behaviors using structured questions, mostly with fixed opinions. For example, a company asks 200 students, how often do you order the food online, with the options like daily, once a week, and once a month, or never. The results can be counted and turned into statistics. That's why the surveys are quantitative. Now there are several methods of conducting the surveys. Now let us discuss one by one about all the methods of conducting surveys. There are different ways to conduct the survey data. Number one, online surveys, which are done through Google Forms, SurveyMonkey, etc. For example, the Food Panda asks the consumers to fill out a quick survey after delivery. Fast and low cost is its benefit. The second method of conducting the survey is through telephonic surveys. In this, researchers call the people and ask short questions. For example, a telecom company asks the consumer about how satisfied they are with the internet service. The benefit of telephonic survey are they are good for quick responses, but some people may not answer the calls. It's a flaw. Number third is face-to-face or personal survey. In this, the researcher meets the respondents and asks the questions directly. For example, a salesperson at the mall asks the shoppers about their favorite clothing brand. It gives more accurate responses but takes more time. Now, at fourth is the mail survey. Now we will discuss the mail survey. Questionnaires are sent through postal mails, which is less common. For example, a bank mails feedback form to the premium customers. It is good for detailed answer but very slow. Now let us discuss different types of surveys. Surveys are simple and powerful way of collecting the information from the people. Two important type of surveys are number one, descriptive surveys, and number two, analytical surveys. Below, I explain each one in simple language, giving you clear examples for your clarity. It shows how to make questions, suggesting how to analyze the result, list pros and cons, and finish with small classroom activity that can give students. Number one, descriptive survey. What are these? What they do? A descriptive survey tells you what is happening around a group of people right now. It gives facts and numbers about who people are and what they do actually think. It does not try to explain why things happen, it only describes the situation. I'll give you a practical example for your clarity. If you ask 500 people in Lahore that how often you do your groceries online and find out that 40% of the 40% of the audience orders once a week, that is number that describes the current behavior. It is descriptive result. What you can ask in a descriptive survey, use questions that give you clear choices so the answers can be counted. How often do you buy groceries online, like daily, weekly, monthly, or never? Or you can ask what is your age group, under 18, 18 to 25, 25 to 34, and so on. Or you can ask how satisfied are you with the service. The choices can be very satisfied, satisfied, neutral, unsatisfied, or very unsatisfied. What the descriptive surveys are good for? It is good for finding the size of problem, knowing customer profile like age, income, information, and measuring their level of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. सो स्टूडेंट्स, हमने ये देखा कि डिस्क्रिप्टिव सर्वेज जो हैं उनमें हम ये पता करते हैं कि जो सर्टेन ग्रुप ऑफ पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं जिनसे हमने पूछा कि क्या वो ग्रॉसरीज ऑनलाइन करते हैं या वो किस तरीके से करते हैं, हम उनको डिफरेंट चॉइसेस देते हैं कि वीकली करेंगे वो या मंथली करेंगे, डेली करेंगे। हम उनके जो डिस्क्रिप्टिव्स हैं उसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन इकट्ठी करते हैं डिस्क्रिप्टिव सर्वेज में। चलें अब हम इसकी लिमिटेशंस की तरफ चलते हैं। दे कैन नॉट प्रूव द कॉज एंड इफ़ेक्ट। फॉर एग्जांपल, दे कैन टेल हाउ मैनी पीपल आर अनहैप्पी बट दे कैन नॉट टेल व्हाई दे आर अनहैप्पी। डिस्क्रिप्टिव सर्वे हमें सिर्फ ये बताएगा कि कोई काम हो रहा है तो वो क्या काम हो रहा है, वो क्यों हो रहा है, इससे उसका कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है। ठीक है, अब हम इसके प्रोज को डिस्कस करते हैं। इट इज़ ईजी टू रन, गुड फॉर लार्ज ग्रुप्स एंड गिव्स क्लियर नंबर्स। और जो इसके शॉर्टकमिंग्स हैं उनमें ये है कि इट डजेंट एक्सप्लेन द रीजंस, मैनी मिस द डिटेल बिहाइंड द नंबर्स, कि हमें वो नंबर बता देगा कि इतने परसेंट जो लोग हैं वो डेली ग्रॉसरी कर रहे हैं, इतने परसेंट वीकली कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उसके पीछे रीज़न क्या है ये वो एक्सप्लेन नहीं करेगा। अब हम चलते हैं एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन की तरफ। एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन इन मार्केटिंग रिसर्च। व्हाट इज़ एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन? एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन मीन्स टेस्टिंग समथिंग टू सी how one change can affect another. It helps us finding the cause and effect relationship. For example, a company changes the price of product in one city but keeps it same in the other city to see if the sales go up or go down. This helps to answer, does lowering the price increase sales? वो ये बता रहा है कि इसमें वो ये देखना चाह रहा है कि क्या प्राइस के कम करने से सेल पे कोई फ़र्क आता है। एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाह रहे हैं। इम्पॉर्टेंस ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंट्स को देख लेते हैं। इट हेल्प टेस्ट मार्केटिंग आइडियाज़ बिफोर लॉन्चिंग। इट रिड्यूस बिजनेस रिस्क बाय चेकिंग व्हाट रियली वर्क्स। इट प्रोवाइड्स साइंटिफिक प्रूफ फॉर मार्केटिंग डिसीजंस। फॉर एग्जांपल, बिफोर running a national campaign, Coca-Cola might test two of its version in two different cities to see where it gets a better response. Now come towards the third method, which is observation. What is observation and what are the techniques used in quantitative studies? Observation means collecting data by watching people's behavior rather than asking questions. In quantitative research, we record how many people do something or how often it happens. For example, a researcher counts how many people buy cold drinks versus juices in a supermarket on a weekend. Example of quantitative observation. A supermarket researcher stands near entrance and counts how many people buy cold drinks versus juices in 1 hour. How many men and women enter to the store and how long in minutes customers stay in each section. All this data is numerical. It can be shown in the form of charts and graphs. That's why it is called quantitative observation. Now let us see why observation is useful. Because it gives real behavior, not just an opinion. It helps understand how people act in real life. It is useful when people can't explain their behaviors clearly. Hello my dear students, today we will discuss the case study regarding the quantitative research. The title is Smart Cup, Testing a Price Change and its Background. Smart Cup is a small company that sells reusable coffee cups online. Recently, the sales have shown the marketing team wants to find out that if reaching the particular price can help increase sales or not. Now, let us discuss the research objective. To find out whether lowering the price of a cup will increase the number of customers buying it. Now, let us discuss the research method. They used a quantitative research method. This means they collect numbers and measurable data. They decide to run a small experiment in two online stores. Store A keeps the same price, that is rupees 1200, and store B reduces the price by 1000 rupees. They record the sales of 4 weeks and plan to compare the numbers to see whether the sales are higher. Other data they collected was they also run a short online survey asking the simple questions like how old you are, how often do you buy the coffee cups, did the price affect your decision to buy, or are you happy with your purchase? Now let us discuss some expected outcomes. If more people buy from store B, the one which has lower price, it shows that price reduction help increasing the sales. However, if how the company will use this data? If the results are good, the company may officially lower the price. They can plan advertisements highlighting special offer cups at rupees 1000. They can also use survey results to target younger customers. If most buyers were from the age group like younger customers, in short, the quantitative research give the facts and numbers that help managers make informed decisions. Now let us discuss in detail. Quantitative research is one of the most important approaches in marketing research because it focuses on collecting information that can be measured and expressed in numbers. In Smart Cup case study, the company used this approach to make a clear business decision about pricing. Smart Cup is a small business that sells reusable coffee cups online. When the company noticed its sales had started to slow down, the marketing team wanted to understand whether lowering the price of the product would attract more buyers and improve the weekly sales. To find the answer, the researcher decided to use a quantitative method because they needed measurable results, numbers, comparisons, and percentages that could clearly show whether the price had real effect on sales or not. The main technique used in this case was experimentation. Experiments in marketing research are designed to test the cause and effect relationships. The company wanted to see if changing one factor, in this case the price of the cup, would cause change in another factor, which is the level of customer sales. They divided the test into two online stores that sold the same product. In store A, the price of the cup remained rupees 1200, while in store B it was reduced to 1000. Everything else was kept exactly the same in both stores. The product description, images, delivery time, and online presentation, so the only difference was price. Everything else was kept same. This was a simple experiment design allowed the researchers to observe whether more people would purchase the product when the price was lower. The experiment continued for 4 weeks, during which the company carefully recorded the number of cups sold in each store. After collecting the data, the researchers compared the weekly sales from both stores to see if store B with lower price performed better. This kind of control comparison helps businesses to make confident decisions based on the evidence rather than guesswork. As I told earlier कि जो रिसर्च होती है इसमें आप गेस वर्क पे नहीं चल सकते, ये एक सिस्टमेटिक प्रोसेस है. हमने इस केस स्टडी में यही डिस्कस किया है कि जो कॉफ़ी शॉप थी उसने ये देखने की कोशिश की कि अगर हम अपने वो ऑनलाइन कप सेल करते थे, कॉफ़ी कप सेल करते थे। उन्होंने ये देखने की कोशिश की कि अगर हम कॉफ़ी कप की प्राइस को 1200 से कम करके 1000 पीकेआर पे ले जाएँगे तो सेल्स पे क्या फ़र्क आएगा। और ये एक्सपेरिमेंट करने के लिए उन्होंने 2 स्टोर्स लिए। एक में उन्होंने प्राइस को 1000 रखा, एक में उन्होंने प्राइस को 1200 रखा और बाकी सारा जो एनवायरनमेंट है वो कंट्रोल्ड था। लाइक कप्स के डिज़ाइन सेम थे, कप्स की पैकेजिंग सेम थी, उनकी एडवर्टाइज़मेंट, उनकी प्लेसमेंट सब कुछ सेम थी। डिफ़रेंस था तो सिर्फ़ प्राइस का था। इस तरह से जो है वो एक्सपेरिमेंट के थ्रू क्वांटिटेटिव रिसर्च में हम ये देखते हैं कि हम जो इन्फॉर्मेशन इकट्ठी करना चाह रहे हैं उसमें कितने परसेंट रियलिटी है। ये गेस वर्क पे नहीं हो सकता, ये एक सिस्टमैटिक वे में होता है क्योंकि ये रिसर्च है। नाउ लेट अस कंटिन्यू। Along with this experiment, the Smart Cup also used a short customer survey to collect more information. The survey included simple and easy to answer questions such as customer age, how often they buy coffee cups, whether lowering the price influenced their purchase decisions, and how satisfied they are with the product. उन्होंने सिर्फ एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं किया, एक्सपेरिमेंट के साथ साथ उन्होंने एक सर्वे भी कंडक्ट किया। उन्होंने 8 से 10 लोगों से जाके पूछा कि उनका एज ग्रुप क्या है, उनकी कॉफ़ी को बाय करने की फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या है, उनके लाइक क्या हैं, उनके डिसलाइक क्या हैं। सर्वे भी जो मेथड है ये हम क्वांटिटेटिव में यूज़ करते हैं। पहले हमने इस केस स्टडी में पहले हमने एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन को डिस्कस किया, अब हम सर्वे को डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। This survey provided descriptive information about who was buying the cup and why. For example, if a large percentage of young customers said that they bought the cup because of discount, the company could understand that younger buyers are more sensitive to price changes. By combining the numerical sales data from the experiment with survey sales data, the company could form a complete picture of consumer behavior. एक complete picture जो है उसको draw करने के लिए हमने दोनों मेथड्स को यूज़ किया। हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट भी किया है और हमने सर्वे भी यूज़ किया है। और आपने स्टूडेंट्स ये बात याद रखनी है कि क्वांटिटेटिव रिसर्च के जो मेथड्स हैं वो क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च के मेथड से इंटायरली डिफरेंट है। सर्वे और एक्सपेरिमेंट ये दोनों जो हैं ये क्वांटिटेटिव रिसर्च की टेरिटरी में फॉल करते हैं। द डाटा गैदर through this research could then be analyzed using simple statistical methods. The team could calculate the total number of cups sold each week. Then the team will find the average sales for each store and determine the percentage difference between them. They could summarize the survey results by calculating which portion of buyers said price was the main reason for the purchase. अब क्वांटिटेटिव रिसर्च में हम ये करते हैं कि जब हम सर्वे का डाटा इकट्ठा कर लेते हैं और जब हम एक्सपेरिमेंट का डाटा इकट्ठा कर लेते हैं उसके बाद हम उस पर डिफरेंट क्वांटिटेटिव टेक्निक्स अप्लाई करते हैं, डिफरेंट सॉफ्टवेयर्स यूज़ करते हैं लाइक SPSS या स्मार्ट PLS, जिससे हमें कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर का पता लगता है, हमें परसेंटेजेस का पता लगता है, हमें कॉज एंड इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप का पता लगता है। डिफरेंट स्टैटिस्टिकल टेक्निक्स को यूज़ करते हुए हम अपना क्वांटिटेटिव डाटा जो है उसको एनालाइज करते हैं। क्वांटिटेटिव डाटा इज़ ऑब्जेक्टिव, which means it doesn't depend upon personal opinions. It provides measurable proof that supports the decision. Quantitative research was most suitable approach for Smart Cup because the company's goal was to measure something specific, the effect of price on sales. The question they wanted to answer was, does lowering the price increase the number of purchases? This type of question needs measurable information, not the opinions or emotions. If Smart Cup had wanted to know why customer liked or disliked their cup in qualitative research, it would have been more appropriate. But since the company wanted to measure how many sales change, quantitative research for the Smart Cup was best choice. After analyzing the research results, the findings of the study could help Smart Cup in several ways. If the data showed that store B with the lower price had more customers and higher sales, the company would have clear evidence that reducing the price works. Based on that, they would decide to officially lower the price for all the customers. The result could also help the marketing team to design promotions such as special offer cups at rupees 1000 to attract more buyers. Additionally, the survey information could help them identify which age group responded most to the price change, allowing them to focus their marketing efforts on that segment, such as younger adults who are more price conscious. The Smart Cup was a clear example which shows that quantitative research help businesses make practical and evidence-based decisions instead of relying on assumptions. The company gathered real data through experiments and surveys. Then they use the numbers to draw the conclusion. This kind of approach is valuable because it provides accuracy with confidence. It allows the managers to plan strategies that are supported by facts rather than opinions. The quantitative research transforms raw data into actionable insights. That was all for today's lecture. My dear students, thank you very much. We will carry to our next lecture with different type of scales and qualitative research techniques, and this is all for today's lecture. Thank you so very much.